the Python is installed on my computer. And let's open Python. So what you do is right here, you type a py. When you type py on my start menu, you see this. Do you see it? Or you can type Python complete word. Python. You see it on the start menu. You should see this from the start menu when you type Python. You see this, right? And notice here, I have a few options here. Saying Python, IDLE, Python 3.9, 3.10, because I installed I installed a new version just now, so I got 3.10 available for me to use. But you wouldn't see too much difference when you open it up. So for example, if I choose 3.10, there's a little error here. Saying Python 3.10 64-bit, open, run as administrator, open file location, pin to taskbar. These are the options there. But if you click on it, open, you get this. It's called a Python shell window. Then here you can run command. You can run command. For example, I run one command saying print, print. Say command I put right here, Python command. Actually, it's a Python function, print. Now hit enter here, you can see I get a repeat right here. That's the result. It's called a Python shell. Python shell. But this is not a place we type code. This is not a place we type code. We need an editor to type code. This is a Python shell window. It's not an editor. So I minimize it. I go back to the start menu, type a Python. When I go back to the start menu, I type Python, I see this again. This time, I will not open Python shell. Instead, I open Python IDLE idle. I see this option right here. This is the white picture here. You can see this is the black picture here. I have a little white picture here. You see this? You see this? So if you click on it, you open idle shell. You open idle shell here. Same thing, you can type a command here. For example, I say print. And when you hit enter, it says that track. This is called an error message. And you're going to see this a lot. Whenever you see red, it means you typed something wrong. The program doesn't know what it is. It doesn't know what it is. So it throws the error to you. If you read it many times, it gives you some hint about what error concept. For example, it says name error, name PRNT is not defined. Did you mean PRNT? Yes, I mean PRNT. I typed it wrong. So I get an error message here. I fix it. So this time I will type correct command. PRINT. Now give me the correct output. This is the Python idle shell. You see how I open it? But this is not editor. This is not editor. We need a Python editor. So we use a built-in editor to write a Python file and save it onto our computer. So right here, see this is the, you see this is the white background. You go to menu file. Yeah, follow me. Whenever I do something, you follow me. So open the computer, open the Python shell, whatever I do, you do it on your computer. You follow me. You see right here, menu file. The first option saying new file. If you click on it, this is the Python editor. Look at that. This is a new pop-up. Do you see this? Let me open, let me close it, start over. So right here, file, new file. I open it like this. Here, we type a Python code, and we can save it as a Python file on our computer. This is a built-in editor from Python, and I believe this is the simplest one. There's a lot of other Python editors available. Many of them are free, and they're good enough. But this time we just only want to use this simple one. And here you can type Python code. For example, I say print. I say now in the Python file editor, you see colors, green and dark red. And let's play with this Python editor first. If we see the text is too small, I can make it bigger. So go to options there, configure idle. Configure idle. I'm going to make the font a little bigger because it's too small for me. So configure idle, click on it, and I'm coming to this pop-up menu here. First of all, I'm going to change the font to 16. You can see font 16. It's bigger now. Look at that, right? If it's not bigger, if you say I want it a little bigger now, so I go back here. I can do 18. I can do 18. Apply.
How do you do that again?
Okay, let me do it again. So go to option, configure idle. Configure idle.
I have a Mac, so I go to options. It says show code context, show line numbers, there's zoom height.
Well, it doesn't have a configure idle. Let me see how your Mac works. I never used the Mac. Let me see how it works. Oh, this speaker. Okay. Oh. Okay, so this option show code context. How the window? No, window, zoom. Second one. Oh, no, let's see. Show tab, go to format.
Go to programming class?
All right. If you don't want to talk to me muted, I'm going to post the link on R Python. So here's the thing. We're right here. This is the place you write code and save the file. So first of all, I'm going to save this file. Now let's get started. This time, we'll ready to write Python code. So here's the thing. This is the place you write code and save the file. So first of all, I'm going to save this file to my computer. And if you're using your computer, you should create a folder for this class, COP1000, and save all files to that folder. And you do the same thing for all other classes. Create a folder for every class. So here, go to menu file, save as. Now locate your folders, because on my computer, I have a folder created for me already. So on my computer here, I'm on the C drive, and I have a folder right here called COP1000. You should do the same thing. Create a folder on your computer saying COP1000, and you save out the course file into COP1000. So I choose this folder, give a file name. And I'm going to give a file name because this is my first Python file here. So I'm going to draw something. I will draw something. So I say draw practice. Here. When we create folder name or file name, we follow the naming convention. What is naming convention on computer when you create a folder name or file name? We follow this called a camel name. What does it mean? So for example, if I create a folder called a draw example or draw practice, this is a word I use. What is a camel name? What is camel name? It should be like this, saying draw Notice here I put an uppercase D and P there. So even those two words are together, I can still read it easily. It's called a camel name. That's the way you create a folder name or file name. So from now on, any file you create on your computer, for every class, anytime, you follow this. Don't leave a space in between. See, this is not a good way to name a file. So here's the name. This is the name I gave here. Draw practice. And notice here has a type below, py or pyw. The Python file has file extension .py. So just click on save. Now it is saved. Yeah, it is saved. Right? So far we only have one line of code. And whenever you write any program, you probably want to make a note saying, why do I make this program? When did I make this program? Any notes for yourself, we call this as a comment. So when we write any program, we start from a comment saying, I read this program at this day for some reason. Blah, blah, blah. You want to say anything to yourself, but that's not code, just some notes for yourself. We call it comment. How do you add comment in Python code? This is what you do. So you use the pound sign. And then say, start to write a note. Say, this is my first Python code. Want to draw something. Notice here when I do this, it gives me color. This is called a note. It's not a code, and the compiler will ignore anything after the pound, because it's notes for yourself to read, not code. You write anything you like. This is the code. First of all, let me turn on the line number so that you can see it. There's line number. I forgot where to turn on the line number. It should be here. Where's my line number? Oh, here. So you can see the line number here. You go to my option here, say show line number or hide line number. I turn it on. Here's my line number. So my line number 4 is the code. Whenever you write some code, you want to test it so that you know if you type something wrong, you can fix it easily. Don't need to look at the whole thing. So I don't wait. Run it. How do you run it? Menu run. Says run module. If you click on it, source code must be saved. OK to save. Click OK. When I click OK, you open the shell window. And here is the result. Here's the result. It's the shell window or add window shows you the result. You close it. You can always press F5. F5, it opens up automatically. So that's how you see the result. That's how you test your code. And I can close it. I continue from here. Today, I want to draw something. Because remember, our assignment is a house. So I need to know how to draw shapes: rectangle, circle, triangle, polygon, and write text, move pictures, add sound. So here's the what. No, I don't need this. I don't need this line. If you don't need a line of code, you can delete it, or you put in a comment, so it wouldn't work anymore. So here, that's what I do here. I put in the comment here. So this code doesn't work anymore because it's in the comment. It's in the comment. I continue. Today, well, at the beginning, I wouldn't talk about anything about a code, the logic. Only requirement is don't type wrong. Don't type wrong. That's the only requirement. You don't need to understand anything. You don't need to understand anything. Just say type it, don't type it wrong. That's how to finish this assignment. Don't type it wrong. So I start to type code. You see, I will type it wrong by mistake. I don't mean that by purpose, but I always type it wrong. So I had to fix it. So here's the thing. From is the keyword in Python. From. Oh, let me make it a little bold so that you can see better. Bold. From. Can you see it? Okay. From. This is the keyword in language. So it has color. I think it's orange. Tkinter. Import. Space. What I typed. Make sure you don't type it wrong. If you type it wrong, it wouldn't work. And then the next line, master equal tk at this moment, you want to test to see if any error. So I'm going to press F5 here. I don't get error. But you see a little thing pop up there. Look at this. You should see this. If you don't see this, means type something, you did something wrong. Do you see this little thing here? This is from our code. TK. Too small. I wanted it bigger. I want it bigger so that I can draw, because I need a drawing board. I need a board to draw. So I need to specify how big it is. I need to specify the size. Now I don't know the size. This is the default size. I need a bigger space. So I close it. Continue here. Right here. Canvas. Width 600. Canvas height 600. 600 what? I don't know. Just 600. We're going to create a board with the size, and we couldn't tell is it 600 millimeters or 600 pixels. We couldn't tell. We just say 600. Depends on your computer screen size. I just say 600. If 600 is not large enough, I'm going to change it to 800 or 1000. But at this moment here, I'll say 600 for both width and height. We call these as a variable. We'll talk about a variable when we come to the next module. But now you don't need to ask why. Don't just say, my only requirement is don't type it wrong. That's it. You don't need to understand it because we haven't explained the concept yet about a variable. So I just say, follow this, don't type it wrong. Now next line. You say W cosine. Plus inside the parentheses, master, comma, width equals canvas width. Height equals canvas height. BG is background color. We give a color. So I say yellow. So far, I typed these lines. After I type these lines, I always want to test it to see if I did anything wrong. When I run it, I see this. That's my board. If you see the same thing, means you did it right. If you don't see this, means something goes wrong. You missed something. You missed something there, right?
No, I don't have it because I don't have the Python in my computer for some reason.
Oh, you didn't install it.
I try and something is not right. I don't know why.
Well, let's go back there. I think it took me like only 5 minutes to download and install it. It wouldn't take you long.
No, look, I did.
Go up. You're using this window, right?
Yes. So I did this.
I use the older version. Why don't you use the new version?
Okay, so
It wouldn't work. That's the mistake.
Like you said.
Don't need to ask. run it again. Yes, I get a bigger size. I get a bigger size. I get a bigger size. This is 800 by 800. If you change the background color to white, you're going to see white. If you change it to yellow, you see yellow. If you set it to green, you see green. That's how you add color there.
Yeah, can I show you what it is? So that is the arrow. And then too much stays.
No, color.
Whenever you want.
Yeah, whatever size you want.
That'll look different.
Oh, okay. Well, so
Was it the capital C?
all right. So now I'm going to draw a line. I draw a line. So say W dot create line. I'm going to do this here. Say 1, 1, and then I'll say that's what I have here. That's how I draw my line. I don't see it. I see it. I see it.
How I can check the yellow?
Huh?
How I can check the yellow window? I'm sorry, I was behind, that's why I'm not. Yeah, the yellow. No, the yellow behind the.
10, 500.
Yes.
If you know how to draw vertical line, you need a 5. You see, it's thicker. I'm going to make it a little thicker now. Where's the point? 10, 10. It's right here. The 0, 0 is from upper left corner. 0, 0 position is upper left corner. So if I say 10, 10 means I move to right by 10, move down by 10. That's 10, 10. You see, that's why it is right here. You see this little pointer right here? It's the 10, 10. This is the 10, 10. And then where you want to move to, the second point is 10, 1, 10, 1, 10, 500. Means move to left, or move to right by 10 horizontally. Move down by 500. So this point is 10, 500. That's how we draw a vertical line. If you know how to draw vertical line, you know how to draw horizontal line. Right? Now, I want you to draw a line from here, go down a little bit here, from here to here. Draw a green line. Draw a green line from here to here. Could you do it?
Yes.
If you know how to draw vertical line, you know how to draw green line. Just change it XY. XY. No. This is the first point. This is the second point. First point position is right here. Second point position is right here.
Oh, because you put 10, that's fine.
So this time I want you to get a green line. Green line from, let's just move it to the right. So here, Now I get these lines. I got these lines. I got two lines here. And you probably say, okay, the line, I got a line there. I want it to be thicker, too thin. I want it to be a little thicker. I want it to be a little thicker. So next time I'm going to make it a little thicker now. I'll make it a little thicker now. A little thicker. So how do you make it thicker? You do this. I get a thicker line by using width. Width 5. You see, it's thicker. Because with 10, thicker. That's how we change the thickness of our line. I showed you how to draw two lines. You know how to draw two lines. You can draw any line, anywhere, right? All you need to do is you need to figure out the starting point, the end point, x1. X1, that's all. Because we know, so this is the 500. This is the 500 position here. So if I want to draw something right here, I can use this as a ruler to tell where I started. So all you need to do is figure out x1, the 2 points, starting point, end point. That's how you can draw a line. I'm drawing a vertical line. You don't have to draw vertical. You can draw any degree of the line, like using x1, starting point, end point. That's the line. And you see, I can do it in the color. I use the color yellow, blue, green. How many color names do you remember so far?
Blue, green, pink, yellow, white, oh, sorry, white,
White, black,
white, black, brown,
brown, green, orange,
teal,
teal,
second,
brown,
neon,
neon,
gray,
gray,
red, blue,
red, blue, is that already?
oh, sorry,
Purple,
purple,
pink,
gold,
gold,
Lavender.
Huh?
Lavender.
lavender,
Chocolate.
Huh?
Brown.
chocolate,
burgundy,
burgundy.
Burgundy.
um,
There's a lot.
violet,
There are lots, but you probably don't remember too much, right?
violet, indigo,
You remember maybe 20 color name, 30 color name, 50 color name, that's it. But there's more than that. So I need a blue, not blue. I need a light blue, or I need a light blue. Or I need a light blue. But if you have a light blue, it wouldn't work. There's no such name.
Sky blue.
Sky blue.
Also has to be.
turquoise,
Let's try sky blue to see if
Or
it works.
maybe 3 times light blue or something like that.
He said blue, blue, blue. It wouldn't work.
Oh,
So-
but about 3 times. 3x, no?
Blues.
oh, yeah,
Sky. Let's see if sky blue works. But sky blue works. I need a lighter than this. You see, if you have a light sky blue, wouldn't work. So, but I do need the color I want. This is not the color I want. So what I
Google the name of a color.
you can Google name of color. If you find the color, you put it in. You find a color name, put it in, and name and name. Name and name. English is different from Polish. It must be registered by Python. But because I do need the color I want. If the color registered by Python is not what I do. Here. I have a link here in color name. Yeah. You click on this link, color name, gives you these colors names. And you see the color names there.
Where do you find that?
Go to content.
And but problem.
One
So if I look at all these colors there, so
colors.
I still say,
We have to just navigate these names exactly.
but I'll say maybe it's still not color I want. Even there's so many colors available, probably no, it's still not I
I
want.
have to do the same.
Such around, I need the color, I need the blue, but none of this blue is what I want. What I do? We have a solution to do for you. So if you go back to the course content again, here we have a link called colors. If you click on this link, it takes you to this page. Takes you to this. No, not this. Okay, here, color picker. If we click on link color picker, we come to this page here. On this page, you make up your color. You make up color. For example, I'm looking for blue. So all I do is I drag this little dot here. I drag the dot here. I can stop anywhere I want. I don't need to know the color name. You can see when I drag there, you see the number is changing right here. The number is changing right here. So I just drag. So where do I want? Maybe this is the color I want. Maybe. And I'll say this is a very light blue. If that's what I want, if that's all I want, I'm happy with this color. So this time, I don't need to know the color name. But I know this color has a code right here. Look at that. When you drag this, you can see the number change all the time. You see that? And so I have so many options here for the blue. Just blue, so many options. If I think that's the blue I want, I'm happy with this color. So what I do is, you see this color right here? That's the color value. We call this as hex value. Hex value. You don't need to memorize it. All you do is you copy paste. So I copy from here. Copy. Go back to my code here. I do a paste. Now the value comes in. This is a hex value. So let me test it. I got it.
What do you mean by hex value?
Hex value is 16 based.
16 base?
16 based. Yeah. We're using 10 based. 1 to 10. Hex is 16. Don't need to know. Just copy the value. Now we get a code here. We get a color here. That's what I want. So now I can use any color. By going to color picker site and pick up any color value. That way you don't need to memorize. I probably only remember 10 colors. That's okay. I can pick up any color from here. Use hex value. Just don't type wrong. Don't copy wrong. So this is the color we have here. Now I got my canvas color with the color I like, with the size I like. And I know how to draw lines. All you need to figure out is you figure out the xy for the starting point. You figure out xy for the ending point. And this takes a lot of choice. So if you say I click a line that's if the point is not what I want, I can delete it. For example, this time I'm going to draw a line in the middle of the canvas. So I need to figure out xy. Now so currently I say I'm going to start it right from here and stop it right here. So what's the xy from here? I don't know. I guess it. I say maybe that's the middle of the line here. I'll say 250. X. How about a y? Maybe this is what? 400. Try it. So I'm going to do this here. Copy the code here. Here I'm going to change to 50. Y 400.
Also, you just copy from 20 to 20.
And what about the y? What about the ending point? I'll say maybe ending point x is 550. 550. Y, if I create a horizontal line, I'll just say 400. Got it.
200.
You try different number to see where it goes. Just play. It doesn't matter where it's joined. Just to give it an idea, right? And you can change a color if you want. Use different color. So now I can create a line anywhere on my canvas with any color, with any thickness.
So how you figure out the SY?
You guess.
I guess.
You guess. If it's not what you want, change the number to see where it goes.
There's no way to see the value like on the top and on the bottom,
No,
like a ruler.
you create a ruler already from first two lines, right? All right, so we know how to draw lines. Next, I want to see how to draw rectangle. Rectangle. When you draw rectangle, we need to figure out the 2 points. See, I'm going to draw it here. So when you draw a line, you have a point right here and a point right here. So this is the point that you get here. This is the point you get here, x, y, x, y. X, y, x, y. For a line. If you draw a rectangle, you still need 2 points. The point is, this is the rectangle. This is the rectangle. We need 2 points. We need this point. And we need this point. X, Y. And because we don't have a ruler, I guess. I had a guess. If it doesn't give me the result I want, I have to change the number until I'm happy with it. So this time, I will need a rectangle from here to here. This space, I draw a rectangle. So I gotta say what's my starting point right here? What's the point right here? X, Y. So right here I say, probably I say, what about 100, 100? I guess if it's not what I would like, it's okay. I can just change the number until I'm happy with it. So let's do this. I'll create a rectangle. I create a rectangle here. So here's the code to create a rectangle. W.create a rectangle. You can try different numbers. You don't have to use my number. Try different number so that it'll be in different places, different sizes. And don't have it wrong. I say create rectangle. I have all of these. Create a rectangle. If I can create a 2 rectangle, I can create a 100 rectangle. Same thing. So I'll need to figure out 2 points to put it on the canvas. Rectangles. Do you get it? So if you don't have it wrong, you should get it. 2 point, 3 point, 4 point, 6 point, 5 points. So it's the 5 sides. This is the 4 sides for rectangle. What if I need to shape 5 sides, 6 sides, 7 sides, and so on? If that's what you want, you need to have all these points. You need to have all these points. Then you create a polygon. Create a polygon. So let's create a polygon. Polygon. With 1 point, 2 point, 3 point, 4 point, 6 point, 5 points. So it's the 5 sides polygon. Same thing, don't type it wrong. You don't have to use the point I have here. You can put any points position so that it all stay on different positions. The polygon. Five sides need 5 points. 3 sides triangle only need 3 points. 10 sides need 10 points. And use any color you want. You can create any size I want. My shape probably doesn't look good. If you adjust these numbers, you can see different shapes. You play with it to see which shape you like. And you also notice it creates overlap. Yes, it creates overlap. So the code later overwrites the code before it, so they can see it's on top of each other.
So all those numbers are just xy1, xy2, xy3.
XY, 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 XY. Because each point needs two numbers, XY. Yeah. And just remember, the starting point is from upper left corner, 0, 0. Move to the right, move down. You move to the right, that's X, horizontally. Move it down to Y, vertically. Top is a triangle.
Yeah.
So you know how to create triangle. Underscore. Text. Parentheses. X. 300, right? And Y. 700. And then what text? You say text. look at this, it becomes vertical. Create text. And next, I want to create a circle called oval. Oval. When you create a circle or create oval, still you draw rectangle, and you fill in the rectangle like this. So you still need to know x, y, right here. And inside, I will draw an oval for you, or circle. So let's do this. I'm going to draw an oval. And it depends on the size of a rectangle. If the four sides has same size, same width, same length, then it becomes circle. Otherwise, it's oval. So let's see how to create an oval. Same thing. You got to figure out the xy for 2 points. It's called create oval. So I get my oval created. Same thing, don't type it wrong. Don't type it wrong. And you can put it anywhere by giving different xy value for 2 points. Does it work for you? If you can create an oval, you can create a circle. If you draw a rectangle with same size xy, you can get a circle, oval. And notice here, this time I use the 2 colors here, the border color and the color inside. The color inside is called fill, the border is called outline. Outline. You can do the same thing for rectangles. Polygon. So now I got so many things here. The last shape that I want to show you is the arc. The arc. So let's do this. So first of all, I want to create a chord.
Without W.
And then I'm going to create an arc. So you have to same thing. You got to figure out the point. The point is this arc somewhere. And if you're not happy with the shape, you adjust the arc size. Means XY. So same thing here. I created a XY. Draw it by calling create arc. Doesn't look very good. If you play these numbers, you get a different direction. Here we use the start, extend. Start from 60 degree plus 120 degree. That's 180. So start means the starting degree. So we start from here, and then we turn anti-clockwise direction. Stop at the plus 120 degree. So that's why you can see horizontal here, because 60 plus 120 is 180. So that's the arc we create here. These are pretty much the shapes that you create on canvas. Line, rectangle, oval, arc. Your questions? Any questions? We could create so many shapes now.
Just, for example, why we have to always have a W and before the chord we don't?
Don't ask why. Don't type it wrong. Don't type it wrong. That's my requirement today.
Oh.
So coordinates, you're basically putting the coordinates so that way when you type the create arc, you just,
Pass it there.
it has it already.
Yeah, you pass all these values to the coordinates.
Basically makes like a reference, right?
Yeah, you pass all these 4 numbers to here.
You can do that with Polygon too, right?
Right, you can do the polygon too. Yeah. So here we could, well, let's look at our assignment. We could, we had so many shapes now. Can we do assignment now? Look at this. Look at our assignment here. The top roof is a triangle. Could you do it? I think you can, right? You can create a polygon and you can create a triangle. Triangle only has 3 points, x, y, x, y, x, y, x, y, 6 numbers. But of course, you got to figure out each point, x, y. And then,
Can we use another type of tool in order to figure out those points that we want to create, you know what I mean?
No.
Within the canvas? Or do we just have to guess?
you have to guess, there's no tool. And the wall, the front side of the house, what's that shape? Rectangle, right? Rectangle. The door, rectangle. The window, 4 rectangles. The door handle, it's a circle. It's oval. But notice here, it's oval. It's oval here. You know how to create oval, circle. We did it. But notice here, there's a dot inside here. Look at that. How do you do this one?
Point.
How do you create a point?
We create a circle, very small.
That's right. Create a smart circle. That becomes point. Right? Yeah.
Can we look at examples of the code
Which example?
for the house?
You do it. It's an assignment.
Yeah,
Yeah, question.
It's like I see here, you know how there are windows and they're all rectangles. But how would you create smaller rectangles within a larger rectangle?
Yeah, you can create a rectangle on top of each other called overlap.
Ah,
Yeah, you could. These are small 4 rectangles. This is another rectangle. They're all on top of the big rectangle.
What about the sidewalk?
Side block. The side block you can use one. You can use because there's a curve there, right? There's a curve. We learned what arc. We learned arc. But I think arc is a little hard to use because I had to figure out the degrees. So if you couldn't figure out, you can use 2 lines there. 2 lines. Or you can create a rectangle. Some people create a rectangle here. So 1, 2, 3. They create a lot of rectangles as the sidewalk, because you can create a lot of blocks there, right? For example, you can do this here. I think that looks. This is what my student did here. He created a block.
Oh, like a brick house?
Yeah, and a break, and he turned it. He not only do this, it takes a lot of time. He turned it, so it'll be like this, and he did continue like this.
So
So it turns.
you see how you have the X, Y, and Z on paint? Can you use those coordinates?
No, it doesn't match.
Doesn't match.
Doesn't match. You have to test it. That's why I see at the beginning here, I think I create a ruler here. From here to here, what's the size here? What's the size?
800?
800, no.
No, the line is 1010, 500. Wait, no, that's the green. That's 1010, 510.
500.
500.
Because I don't have a ruler here, I just create one right here. So here's the 500. So I can guess 600, 700, 800. I can guess. After you create a ruler, after you get done, you can remove it.
Just play with the numbers.
Just play with numbers, yeah, to guess. Yeah. So now I think we can create an assignment now, right? We learn all the shapes, put all together. A question? What's the question?
I think I tried to create a triangle and
Triangle.
it didn't go.
Yeah, it says there's no attribute, just to create triangle.
Oh, yeah. What you did is you say create a triangle. Is that what you did?
Yeah.
Oh, there's no create a triangle.
Probably the same like with without the W. Just triangle, right?
No.
No? Okay.
So let's see. How do we create a triangle now?
Polygon command with 3 coordinates.
That's right. Triangle is a polygon.
Polygon.
So you have to type create polygon and then just type 3 coordinates.
Right.
So you have to put the create the chord. That's only when you want to do an arc.
Create a what? Chord?
When you want to create a chord, that's only when you want to create an arc. Like when you want to create an arc, like an arc line or whatever.
Uh-huh.
Create.
Yeah, here's the thing. I want to create these things here. I want to create these things here. And you know, arc is not like this. We want this is a curved line. This is a curved line. But I do want to create a curved line. Arc doesn't do it, but arc that's something close, but not the same. So, but I do want to create a curved line. There's no curved line in Python, no curved line.
So how do you do
But
it?
I do want to create a curved line here. So what I do, there are different ways to do it. When we do programming, different people do it differently, and we make it. So I think there are 2 solutions to do this. From what you have learned so far, how do you create a curved line?
Line and then extend. Or, I don't know.
One way is I create an arc, but when I create an arc, it is something like this. I don't need this part. I don't need this part. I only need a line. So what can I do?
No idea.
It's only put 2 points instead of 3.
That wouldn't work.
Oh, I don't know.
So what I do? What if I create another arc? If I create 2 arc here, I get this part. But I don't need this part. So how do I hide this part? How do I hide this part? You create another arc right here with a white background. That hides it,
Oh, I see.
right? So it's like this. I draw again.
You have like arc after arc, but then you fill it in white so it looks like the background.
Yeah, you don't see it. So it's like this. I have one arc like this. Right? There's one arc like this. Now I draw another arc. I draw another arc like this. So I get this part. I get this part. Now I draw another arc like this. But the background is white, so you don't see this part at all. This is one way to do it. The other way is, I don't want to bother to do this. All I do is I create blocks here, create blocks here with a rectangle, create blocks here, create a block here, create a block here. That's your sidewalk. Right, different way to do it. Now try this one more time here. So I come back to my code here. I know how to draw lines. I know how to draw lines. For example, like this line here, like this line, like this line here, like this line here, right? You see this line?
Mm-hmm.
And what if I add another point? So for example,
So we have.
say 60, comma 3, comma.
So you created 2 lines.
No, I got this line here. Look at that. Where is it? Let's see. I'm gonna put a red. And I draw a line. Give 3 lines here. I got a rectangle. I got a rectangle here. This one. Rectangle. I got a rectangle here, right?
So from a line, you can create a rectangle.
Yes, you can create a rectangle with 3 points. Create a rectangle.
What if you had 6 points
Huh?
to the line? What if you have 1 point to the line? Can you do that?
Just keep adding that.
You have to just play with it.
You can play with it because I think the tricky part is I don't know XY position. I have to guess. Sometimes I guess it right. Sometimes I just take me time to guess it because we don't have a ruler.
It's just trial and error.
Just try different numbers until you're happy with the position. That's the tricky part. Yeah.
Is there a way that in the future we're gonna be able to understand this where we don't have to guess?
This one you have to guess because there's no ruler from Canvas. This one you have to guess. But this is not a professional tool to draw in Python. Python has a lot of libraries that you can use to draw much better than this. But it takes more things to do, and that way you don't need to guess. You just click on it, the code will be created for you automatically. The point will be created for you automatically.
We'll learn that later on.
We don't learn that part. That's for gaming. If you can use Python to develop a game, that's time you got to know the dimensions very clearly. But good thing is we have a library to do it. All right, so now I think we're ready to create this assignment based on what I've learned, right? Based on what I have learned. But still not enough. I'm going to show you how you can add pictures on the canvas. And then we move the pictures. So let's see, how do I add pictures on canvas? Now to add a picture on canvas, you need to have a picture ready. So I'm going to do this. I will download a picture from the internet and I add it to my canvas. So first of all, I search online here.
So we want to save this, right?
Yeah, you save it, right?
And we have to send to our computer, so.
Just follow me. All right, so here I'm going to search on Google. I'm going to search a picture. So I'm going to say I'll search a car picture. Car picture. All right. So if I like this picture here, I will download this picture onto my computer. So right here, click on it, and it doesn't allow me to download. Yep. No, it doesn't allow me to download. Let's go back here. Images. Which one allow me to download? I think this one allows me to. This one. Yeah. So I'm gonna save this picture onto my computer here. Save image as. Save image as. Go here. I look at my folder. It's right here. So picture is ready. So look at my folder here. Look at my folder. I should see this picture. It's right here. I have this picture. Where's my code? Where's my Python file saved? I gotta know where it is. So save it to CP22. So I gotta know. Make sure you put into the folder together with your code. So in my folder here, I have this Python file. I have this picture. They're all here. In the same folder. I have to double check it. If they're not the same folder, I'll get in trouble. Now I know they're together because I see it. you have the same thing? The picture is the same folder. Picture is in the same folder. You have it? Now I'm ready to put this picture onto my folder. And one thing is, you also need to check the picture file format. I have PNG. You see, I have PNG file format. Look at that. PNG. Python doesn't support, Canvas doesn't support a PNG file. So I'm going to change it to a JPEG file or GIF file. So do this. PNG file. This is PNG. It's not supported by Canvas. Right-click mouse. Right-click mouse. And I'm going to open it from Paint. On my computer, I open it from Paint. So if you have Paint on your Mac, you just download the JPEG file, any JPEG file. JPEG file, don't use PNG file.
JPA.
Huh?
JPA.
I'm sorry, GIF, GIF file. So right here, I'm going to open with Paint. Paint is right here on Windows. If you don't have Windows here, you search GIF, GIF file, GIF. Right here, I'm going to do save as. Save as. I choose GIF, GIF. Because Canvas only supports GIF. I think that maybe JPEG will work. If I don't remember wrong, JPEG works. It's fine.
What should be in there?
GIF. Click on it. So I got a copy right here. Make sure same thing. Put into a folder. Put into the same folder as you did. Make sure it's in a folder. Okay, now. So now let's look at my folder again. Okay, I have a.gif. That's what I want. That's what I want. All right, so now I'm ready here. I gotta put the picture on. So after I get a picture ready, a.gif, and it's in the same folder as my Python file. I'm ready to put on my canvas here. So go right here. I say photo image file a.gif.